The ending of one chapter always feels like the beginning of something unknown and potentially terrifying. I'm wrestling with the feeling that I should be further along than I currently am. The weight of unfulfilled potential can be a crushing burden to bear in silence. Sometimes, the most revolutionary act is simply choosing to believe in yourself again. This internal conflict feels like a tug of war with no clear winner in sight. The search for validation outside myself has proven to be a consistently empty pursuit. I'm learning that true strength lies not in avoiding fear, but in facing it head on. The echoes of self-doubt can be deafening, even when surrounded by support. Sometimes, the greatest act of rebellion is choosing to prioritize your own well-being. I'm caught between the desire for comfort and the yearning for significant change. The feeling of being invisible in a crowded room is a uniquely isolating experience. I'm trying to redefine success on my own terms rather than accepting someone else's definition. The pressure to constantly perform and present a perfect image is exhausting. Sometimes, the most profound lessons are learned through the hardest falls. I'm navigating a world that often feels designed to make you question your worth. The search for genuine connection in a superficial world feels like searching for a rare gem. I'm learning that it's okay to not have all the answers, even when everyone expects you to. The feeling of being misunderstood can create a deep chasm between people. I'm trying to cultivate a sense of inner resilience to weather the inevitable storms of life. The beauty of imperfection is something I'm slowly beginning to appreciate. I'm learning to listen to the whispers of my intuition, even when they seem illogical. The weight of past regrets can feel like an invisible chain holding you back. Sometimes, the most courageous thing you can do is walk away from what no longer serves you. I'm trying to find the balance between holding on and letting go. The feeling of being lost can be terrifying, but it can also lead to unexpected discoveries. I'm learning to trust the unfolding of my own journey, even when it deviates from the plan. The need for authenticity in my interactions is becoming increasingly important. Sometimes, the greatest breakthroughs happen when you least expect them. I'm trying to silence the inner critic that constantly undermines my confidence. The feeling of being trapped by circumstance can be incredibly disheartening. I'm learning to find joy in the small moments, even amidst larger struggles. The search for belonging is a fundamental human desire that I'm currently grappling with. Sometimes, the most powerful form of communication is simply being present. I'm trying to cultivate a sense of self-compassion in the face of my flaws. The feeling of being overwhelmed by choices can be surprisingly paralyzing. I'm learning to embrace the ebb and flow of life, the highs and the lows. The need for genuine understanding feels more profound than mere agreement. Sometimes, the bravest act is asking for help when you desperately need it. I'm trying to find my voice in a world that often tries to silence individuality. The feeling of being on the verge of something significant is both exciting and nerve-wracking. I'm learning to appreciate the journey even when the destination seems far away. The desire for peace and tranquility feels particularly strong right now. Sometimes the most important conversations are the ones you have with yourself. I'm trying to cultivate patience, both with myself and with the unfolding of events. The feeling of being disconnected from myself is something I'm actively working to overcome. I'm learning to trust my own inner strength, even when I doubt myself. The search for meaning in my experiences is an ongoing exploration. Sometimes, the greatest acts of love are the ones we show ourselves. I'm trying to embrace vulnerability as a pathway to deeper connection. The feeling of being on the outside looking in can be profoundly alienating. I'm learning to set realistic expectations for myself and others. The desire for clarity and understanding is a driving force right now. Sometimes, the most powerful changes start with a single small step. I'm trying to cultivate a sense of hope, even in the face of adversity. The feeling of being adrift without a clear direction is unsettling. I'm learning to find beauty in the unexpected moments of life. The search for balance in a chaotic world feels like a constant juggling act. Sometimes, the most important lessons are learned through observation. I'm trying to cultivate a sense of inner calm amidst external pressures. This continuous stream of thought reflects the ongoing, evolving nature of my inner world. The silence in this room is screaming louder than any crowd I've ever faced. Just when you think you've seen it all, the universe whispers, "Hold my beer." My mind is a battlefield, and the only casualty seems to be my peace of mind. They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but sometimes you just feel really, really tired. This feeling is a tangled mess of what ifs and could have beens that I can't seem to untangle. The weight of unspoken words is becoming heavier than anything I've ever carried. Every time I think I'm finally on solid ground, the earth decides to shift beneath my feet. The irony of searching for answers in the very chaos that created the questions isn't lost on me. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is admit that you have absolutely no idea what you're doing. The echoes of past decisions are reverberating through my present, demanding attention. I'm walking a tightrope between hope and despair, and the wind keeps picking up. The more I try to control things, the more they seem to slip through my fingers like sand. There's a storm brewing inside me, and I'm not sure if I can weather it alone. The truth is a slippery thing, constantly changing its shape depending on the light. I'm caught in a loop of overthinking, where every possibility feels equally likely and terrifying. The world keeps spinning, but sometimes it feels like I'm stuck in slow motion. I'm searching for a sign, a breadcrumb, anything to tell me I'm on the right path. The pressure to have it all figured out is crushing, especially when I feel so utterly lost. Some days, the simple act of getting out of bed feels like a monumental achievement. The masks we wear to face the world are starting to feel suffocating. I'm teetering on the edge of a breakthrough or a breakdown, and I honestly can't tell which it will be. The past is a ghost that keeps visiting, reminding me of promises I couldn't keep. Sometimes the most profound realizations come in the quietest moments of solitude. I'm learning that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's actually a terrifying kind of strength. The fear of the unknown is a constant companion, whispering doubts in my ear. I'm trying to piece together the fragments of myself that have been scattered along the way. The expectations of others feel like anchors, holding me back from where I need to be. There's a fire burning within me, but sometimes I struggle to keep the flames alive. The journey of self-discovery is proving to be far more complicated than I ever imagined. I'm learning to trust my intuition, even when it goes against everything logical. The weight of the world feels particularly heavy on my shoulders today. I'm navigating a labyrinth of emotions, and the exit seems impossibly far away. The desire for change is strong, but the inertia of the present is even stronger. I'm questioning everything I thought I knew, and the uncertainty is unsettling. Sometimes the only way to move forward is to let go of what's holding you back. The search for meaning in the mundane is becoming my daily obsession. I'm realizing that healing isn't linear, it's a messy, unpredictable process. The need for connection is powerful, yet building genuine connections feels so difficult. I'm battling my own inner demons, and some days they seem to have the upper hand. The beauty of the world can still take my breath away, even amidst the chaos. I'm learning to be kinder to myself, even when I feel like I don't deserve it. The feeling of being misunderstood is a lonely and isolating one. I'm trying to find the courage to step outside my comfort zone, even though it terrifies me. The constant noise of the modern world makes it hard to hear my own thoughts. I'm searching for a sense of purpose, something to give my life direction. The temptation to give up is strong, but something inside me keeps pushing forward. I'm learning that growth often comes from the most uncomfortable experiences. The desire for simplicity is growing stronger in this increasingly complex world. I'm trying to embrace the present moment, even when the future feels uncertain. The feeling of being overwhelmed is a constant battle I face each day. I'm learning to set boundaries even when it feels selfish or difficult. The search for inner peace feels like a never-ending quest. I'm trying to forgive myself for past mistakes, even though the guilt lingers. The need to be seen and heard feels more urgent than ever. I'm learning to celebrate small victories, even when the bigger picture feels daunting. The feeling of being stuck in a rut is becoming increasingly frustrating. I'm trying to cultivate gratitude, even amidst the challenges. The desire for authenticity is driving many of my decisions right now. I'm learning to trust the process, even when I can't see the final outcome. This is where I am right now, a work in progress, and the story is still being written.